So today I'm going to cover locators. What do you mean by locators, and what are different locators are available? Locators are the most important thing in Selenium, because in any automation tool, locators will tell you that okay, how to interact with the specific element, how to interact with the specific web object or web component, how to click on a button, how to click on a link, how to enter something in text fields, how to select the drop downs and everything. So whenever you have to interact with any web element or any web object, in that case we have to use locators. So Selenium interacts with the help of locators. Okay, Selenium interacts with these elements with the help of locators. Element means it can be button, link, images, whatever. Whatever you can see on the web page is called web element. So what are different locators are available? We will discuss about it. There are many interview questions about it, about locators, and one by one we will see all the locators. So locators, I would say locator concept. So I'll take the same code, the first two lines, because it will remain same. We have to launch the Chrome, and we will take one example. Okay, just for information that I'm learning a new tool that is called Cypress. Cypress is a JavaScript based tool. It's really good. I'm learning actually. With respect to JavaScript, it's very fast, and it's like much better than protectors. Because protectors is top of Selenium, but Cypress is internally they are not using any Selenium API, so it's a totally different tool, and it's very fast. So currently it's very easy to learn. I think in next 2 days I'll be completing. I can create one video for you guys, and I can take some session maybe after that, after this training sessions. So we'll see. But this is really good. You guys can have a look into Cypress. Anyways, so let's see. I have one site that is Yahoo Mail, and so let's see. This is login.yahoo.com, and then you want to enter something over here, that inside this email field, or you want to click on a button, you want to click on these links, and okay. So on this particular web browser, this is a Chrome browser. The page name is this. This is the page name, Yahoo login page. This is the URL, and after that, on this particular layer, we have different. This is the logo. This is the image. Uh, this is a text field, buttons, and everything, right? And some bottom links are available. Help link is available, and right, all these things are available on this particular page, and these things are called web elements. Okay, so first we have to create the web element, and then we have to perform the action with the help of locator. So what we have to do, guys, uh, let's see, I want to enter something over here in this particular text field. So what exactly you have to do, just right click on this text field, and click on inspect. Okay, the moment you click on inspect, you will see one element section will be displayed. This information is provided by browser. Okay, this information is provided by browser, and you will see that there is an HTML DOM. This is called HTML DOM, document object model, will be displayed. You can see doc type is HTML. It means this is HTML document model. And in this particular DOM, you will see this one blue highlighted line is there. This line is representing what? This line is representing this particular web element. If you mouse over on input, this line, this particular section is getting okay, highlighted. So see, like this. Now we can see that how to read this particular line. To read this line, we can see first it is having one bracket. This is called angular bracket. After that, we have we can see that input is written. So whatever is written after bracket, this is called what? This is called HTML tag. Okay, so if I ask you what is HTML tag for enter your email text field input, if I spy something else, let's see if I spy this particular thing. What is the HTML tag? HTML tag is img. Img means image, right? What is the HTML tag for this link, sign up link? If you see HTML tag for sign up link is A. So always remember, whatever you can see after the bracket, immediately after the bracket, this is called HTML tag. So fine. So what is the HTML tag for enter your email field? Input. And then we have different attributes. We have different properties. For input properties, we have class equal to this, type equal to this, name equal to this, ID, blah, blah, blah. Number of properties are available. We can use these properties. Okay. And some properties are available in Selenium in the form of locators. Like we have Xpath, we have ID, we have class name, we have name. Okay, we can use these properties and then we can perform some action. Now action, it can be either you can click and you can pass the value, right? These are the two famous actions in Selenium or in any automation tool on the web browser or on the web page. Either you have to click on a specific element or you have to pass some value, right? So this is a text field, so obviously I have to pass some value in it. So first I launch the URL driver.get method and my URL is this. Then today we will talk about locators. The first locator is, we will talk about ID. Okay, the first locator is ID. So how to use that? What we have to do is driver.findElement method is there. Okay, so driver, we say that, okay, driver, please find the element by using what? So by is a class. By dot, if you see by is a class, in this particular by class we have different locators are available. We have by dot class name, Css Selector, ID, link text, name, partial link text, tag name, Xpath. So all these are static methods are available. That's why we are accessing by class name. So you can see that by.id method is available. Simple by.id, and we have to pass the ID, and ID will be in a string always. So we will get the ID from here if ID is available. You can see that ID equal to login username is available. So we will take this ID and copy paste and semicolon. That's it. So this is called web element that we have created. And if you see, the find element is returning what? Find element is returning web element. So obviously we have to store somewhere in web element reference. Let's see, this is for username web element. Right, and this web element is available in Selenium, so just import W capital E capital. Right, so web element is an interface. Okay, we have created the reference of this particular element, and driver.findElement will give you one web element. So obviously I have to store somewhere in web element. So driver.findElement by.id I have written like this. It means driver, please find the element by using ID and then return one web element, and I'll store in some web element reference variable. And then I want to perform some action on it. So username dot send keys method is there. Okay, so let's say I'm passing yahoo.com. Right, same thing, I'll create it for password now, or maybe for next button. So for next button I'll spy this. I have to click on next button. So ID login sign in is available. So again I'll use that same thing, driver dot find element by using what? By using ID. Right, and this is for next button. So let's see, web element next button is equal to this, and with this next button, because I cannot use send keys because this is a button, so I cannot pass any value over here. This is a button, I have to click on it, so I'll be using dot click. right? So dot click method is there. So I have created two web elements, web element username and web element next button. And people will ask you, what is the return type of driver.find element? The return type of driver.find element is web element. Okay, so this is a method which is available inside the web element, and then it will return one web element reference. So I'll create one web element reference variable, and then on that reference variable I'll perform the action username dot send keys next button dot click, like this. If it is a text field, then we have to click on it. I mean, we have to use the send keys. If it is a button, we have to click on it. So let's see it is working or not. So let's run it. So it's launching. Oh, the hell. Let me launch it again. Why it is showing robot? Hmm. Just a minute, guys. Let me. What they have given such kind of. Okay. No, man. We have to take some other side otherwise.
You can use audio as well if they can get.
Hmm. Okay, let's try, because when you run through automation, sometime it's coming. Uh,
Actually, I'm facing this problem in my script in one case.
no, no, here now it's working. Okay, let's run it again. Okay, see, it's entering the username and the clicking on next button, then it's this particular captcha is coming. Okay, so if you see I have already entered the username and clicking on next button, like that. Okay, just ignore that captcha. So yesterday someone was asking that, okay, what is captcha? This is called captcha. Okay, that this is called captcha. These are the captcha images that we cannot verify using Selenium. Okay, anyways. So see here you can see that, okay, let me run it again, or I'll do one thing. I'll put a wait after the thread dot. I'll put a thread dot sleep for 2 seconds. See, now it will enter username and it's clicking on next button. Right, so after clicking on next button, obviously it's moving to the next page, so that's fine. You can ignore that part, but you can see it's entering the username and clicking on next button. Right, so this is how we are using ID. So it's not compulsory always, guys, that you have to create the web element then perform some action. You can use like this also. driver dot find element by dot id. Okay, I'll write, see, you can write like this also, driver dot find element by dot id, and let's see your id is this login username, and dot send keys. Directly you can perform action on it also. Let's @yahoo.com. Okay, like that also you can do that instead of this. And for password also you can write like this, find element dot, sorry, not part password, this is for click next button. So let me comment these lines, and you will see you can directly use, instead of creating the web element and perform some action, you can directly use driver.find element by.id.send keys and .click. But the advantage of this, one time you have created this username, now this username web element can be used anywhere, right? In this particular method, it can be used anywhere. You can pass this particular variable as well. So first create the web element and then perform the action, and then use this web element. You can use it anywhere. Maybe after 50 lines you want to use this username once again, you can use username.send keys, right? So n number of times you can use this. But if you don't create like this, then you have to use this. So let's see, after 50 lines or after 100 lines, again you have to use this particular line once again. You have to write driver.find element by.id.send keys once again. This entire line you have to write it once again. Okay, so this is the thing, and this is the right approach. You have to create the web element and then perform some action on them. So let's run it. It's working or not. See, entering username and clicking on next button, although this username is not correct, so that's why after clicking on next button it's giving some error, right? So this is about id. Second thing we can talk about name. Next element is,
Naveen, I have a question.
yeah, good.
Like this, you have added the thread dot sleep while we are writing, creating the web element, and then so for this method, how can we add the thread here?
For this method means,
Initially, for the first block, which you have commented that you have added thread dot sleep, so
hmm,
it will wait for 2 seconds.
hmm,
But after you are defining this, it with continuation with the same key and all
that
details,
doesn't matter.
login username.
Thread.sleep can be put anywhere, right? Thread.sleep can be
Okay,
put anywhere. If you want to put thread.sleep after entering the username as well, you can put like this.
okay,
Okay, so thread.sleep is a separate statement. Okay, it's nothing related to that I'm
okay.
creating like this, or in the continuation I'm creating, clicking on send keys, or
Mhm.
clicking on a button or passing the send key. That doesn't matter. Thread.sleep is a static wait. This is just simply like clicking on a specific, I mean, waiting for the specific time. So thread.sleep 2000 milliseconds. This is called milliseconds. So if you divide 2000 by 1000, okay, because in 1 second we have 1000 milliseconds, so it will come 2 seconds. So thread.sleep 2000 means 2 seconds. It will wait for 2 seconds. It means your script will be paused for 2 seconds. Although we will talk about sleep and other static and dynamic waits later, but thread.sleep you can put anywhere. This is for debugging point of view, that okay, if you want to you want to slow down your script, in that case you can use thread.sleep. Okay, so same thing for name also, but for using these properties, guys, I'm using id and name. Make sure that name is available. So first I'll check name is available or not. So I spy this text field once again. I can see that name is equal to username is available. Name equal to username is available. So right. So I username driver dot find element by dot name. And what is the name? I'll copy this. Name is username. Name dot send keys. Right. and for next button, driver dot find element by dot, let's see name is available or not for next button. So you can see that name is equal to sign in is available, so I'll use sign in and dot click. Let me comment with the help of ID, otherwise it will click on sign in button. Right, so ID we have seen. Now we'll see the example of name. So I'm using name instead of ID. You can see that earlier I was using by.id, now I'm using by.name and passing the name values and then performing some action on it. So let's run it.
Naveen,
yeah, go ahead.
Could you show that spying, how you do it again, like each and every time?
See, can you see that this icon, this is the inspection icon. Just click and then spy anywhere. Or if you want to spy any, let's see this particular text field, right click on it and go to inspect. Like that you can spy, right? Same thing, if you want to spy next button, just right click on it and go to inspect. So it will highlight the respective HTML code. Okay, so run it again. See, with by.name also it is working. It's entering the username and clicking on next button. Okay, so name is also working. Third thing, guys, we will see the Xpath. Okay, although we will talk about Xpath later. There are different types of Xpath, like absolute Xpath and relative Xpath, customized Xpath. We will discuss about it. Xpath is a different session I'll take, how to create the Xpath and everything. But quickly I'll give you an idea. Driver dot, same method, driver dot find element by using what now? By using Xpath. So what is Xpath expression? So Xpath you have to so what is Xpath? Xpath is extended HTML path. Okay. The full form of Xpath is extended HTML path. Xpath is the address of any specific element. So address of any specific element means this is the, let's say I want to spy this, enter your email, and what is the address of this particular input element. Okay, so address of the input element, that simple right click on it and go to copy and copy Xpath. Okay, I'll repeat, right click on this particular input tag, go to copy and copy Xpath and just paste it over here. Here you have to make some changes, that by.xpath, instead of this star, what you have to write, what is the HTML tag. The HTML tag of this is input, so we have to write input over here. Okay, Xpath will start with // input @ID is equal to login username, but this value should be in the ID value should be in single quotes like this. This is the syntax of Xpath. And then what do you want to do? I want to use send keys, and send keys is again test@yahoo.com. Let me comment these two lines. Okay, so this is the Xpath for the first text field, the input text field, / input bracket @ID is equal to login username. I'll tell you how to create the Xpath later, guys, so don't worry about that. There is a separate session on Xpath. Same thing, driver dot find element by dot Xpath for next button. So I'll spy next button, and you can get the Xpath directly over here. Right click on it and copy Xpath, and then simple paste it over here. Again, this is input field. So instead of a star, I'll use input, and the value should be in single quotes. And what do you want to do? I want to click on it. So simple dot click. Okay, so this is the syntax of Xpath. Don't worry about Xpath, what is the syntax and all. So we will never use this such kind of things like copy, right click and copy Xpath. I don't believe in these things. We will create our own Xpath actually later on. Right? So just simple run it and we will see with Xpath it's working or not. Yes, so it's working because it's entering the username and clicking on X button. So with the Xpath also, it is working. Okay, so Xpath is also working. After Xpath, guys, we have we will talk about first CSS selector. So let me comment these two lines. Driver dot find element by dot, you will see CSS selector. CSS selector, how to get the CSS selector for this guy. Simple inspect and right click on it, copy selector. Can you see that? Copy selector. So just simple use copy selector. So copy selector is this hash, and what is the ID value? So hash, this is the ID value, and dot send keys, if you pass test@yahoo.com. Same thing for next button, driver dot find element by dot CSS selector, and CSS selector for next button. So I'll spy input ID copy selector hash login sign in and dot click. So this is a value for next button CSS selector and clicking. Okay, I'm clicking on it. So let's run it. It's entering again same username and password. Oh sorry, next button. So this is also working, right? So see, this is the syntax of CSS selector. So fifth one is for links. This is only for links. Link text method, it's very important. It's only for links. Okay, let me comment these two lines. So you can see there are a number of links are available, right? We have sign up link, we have trouble signing link, we have help link is available, right? So let's say I want to click on this trouble signing in. So right click on it and go to inspect. You will see that the link is represented by A. So always remember, all the links are represented by A tag. A means Angular tag. Okay, so this link is represented by A, and it doesn't have any ID. You can see that it doesn't have any ID. Okay, one ID is available, but it doesn't have any name, right? So either you can use driver.findElement by.id and dot click, right? So let's see, sometimes ID is also not available. In that case, you can use a link text. So how to do that? Driver.findElement by dot link text, right? This is a method link text. And what is the text of that particular link? So text of this link is this trouble signing in. Just copy this and paste it over here and dot click trouble signing in. This is a link text, and trouble signing is the text of that particular link. And let's run it and we'll see. Okay, now see, when you run through automation, now it's giving difficulty signing in, and in normal web page it's showing trouble signing in. So we will do one thing, we will take this text, actually difficulty signing in. Okay, let's run it again. See, it's clicking on difficulty signing in and moving on to the next page. That let's get your into account, right? So it's clicking on difficulty signing in link now, right? So this is the method for link text. Let's see some other links. Let's see sign up. If you click on sign up and if you spy sign up, you can see that okay, sign up is also a tag, so we can use sign up as well. For sign up also we can use link text. So let me comment this line. You can see this is the text of sign up. You can see for every link, guys, text will be there. So you just need to check where is the text. So this is the a tag. It is representing sign up. You can see that the moment I mouse over, sign up is getting highlighted, right? And this is the h reference value mean this is where exactly it will redirect, on which page it will redirect. So it will redirect on this particular page, but we never use href property. We can use id by dot id and dot click, but let's see, id is also not available. In that case, we have an option left that is called by dot link text, and it's only and only for links. So I'll take this sign up and dot click. Okay, so by dot link text sign up. So let's see, it is working on. See, it's clicking on sign up and it's moving to the next page. Okay, so this is for link text. We have one more for links, that is called the sixth one, partial link text. This is again only for links. But not recommended. Why? Because this is the partial link you have to pass. So how to use that? Simple driver dot find element. Let's say I want to click on difficulty signing in. So partial link text, only the partial part. Okay, some part of the link you can pass. Okay, so let's see, difficulty signing in. I'll just pass difficulty and dot click. So what is the advantage? That sometimes you can see on the web page in our application, sometimes we see that okay, there is a huge link, a long text link is available. So if you are using by.link text, or maybe some paragraph, or maybe 2-3 lines of link is available, so that doesn't look good, right? If you copy this entire text and put it over here, okay, so that's why very smartly Selenium guys, they have given partial link text. You can pass the only partial part, the beginning part, from where it is starting. Okay, you can pass, let's see, difficulty signing in. So instead of writing difficulty signing in, I'll just pass difficulty. Okay, although it's very rare you will see such kind of links these days, because in most of the enterprise application you won't see such kind of the big links or something like that. But in your application, if you find there's a 2-3 lines of link is available, and you just pass the partial part, the beginning part, okay, and then click on it. Sometimes you see that okay, let's see, I have one link like this. Hey Naveen, are you facing some problem in sign up? Right, let's see, this is a link. Next link is also like this. Hey Naveen, let's see, this is the 2 links are available. Hey Naveen, are you facing some problem to sign up? Hey Naveen, are you facing some problem to register? Now if you use a partial link text with Hey Naveen, right, Selenium will be confused that shall I go for this link or this link. In that case, Selenium will be confused. So that's why this is not recommended. In that case, what you have to do, you have to copy this entire thing if you want to click on this particular link, right? So in that case, it will create duplicate elements. Selenium will treat that okay, no, there are 2 elements which are having the same text, Hey Naveen and Hey Naveen, right? So in that case, it will be a problem. So that's why it is not recommended, right? So sometimes you will see that okay, Hey Naveen, are you facing some problem to register? So you can raise a bug that instead of putting the full line link, you can say that, okay, you can provide a link only for register text or only for sign up text, like that, right? So let's see, I'm passing only difficulty, and difficulty signing in is available, and then it will run, it will work or not. Let's see. See, it's clicking on difficulty sign in. So let's see, tomorrow we have one more link, difficulty signing in and difficulty registration, and both are having the same keyword, difficulty and difficulty, starting with the same keyword, difficulty and difficulty. In that case, it will not work, right? So make sure that, okay, it should not create any duplicate elements. Otherwise, always use by.link text, the complete text you can pass. But if you see long text, you can pass the partial part. Then only it is recommended, otherwise it is not. Seventh one is class name. So let me comment.
Naveen, multiple lines, how to comment at a time?
How to what?
Comment, what's the keys for that? Comment multiple lines and uncomment and comment.
Okay. So let's see, you have, okay, I'll tell you. Let's see, you have these 3 lines. Just select all the lines and
Right.
press. Are you using Mac or Windows?
Windows now.
So just press Control and /.
Okay.
Okay. And for Mac guys, press Command and /. Okay. So driver
For
dot.
uncomment?
No, if you're using Mac machine, then Command /. If you're using Windows machine, Control /.
Okay, for comment and uncomment, same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah.
If you
Fine.
really want to uncomment now, select the thing and then uncomment. Okay. Now again comment like this. So driver.find element by.class name. Class name we have to pass how to find the class name. So I'll spy this. You can see that the class name is equal to phone number. So I'll take this class name and I can pass class name and dot send keys. Same thing for next button. Driver.find element by dot see, the class is this orco button, primary orco button, or value, something like this. So let's see, I'm using, let's forget about class name for next button, only for just to show you the example. Class name is equal to phone number and click on it. So let's run and pass the value. It is working. But the problem here is with class name, guys, class name can be duplicate. What happens on a particular web page, you can see the class is equal to, for next button, orco button, primary orco button, something like this. This class name, what do you mean by class? You can see that next button, the text is in white color and the background in the blue color. It's coming because of this class. So HTML developer, the UI developer, they have written one JavaScript class over there and they have given the reference of that particular class over here. Right. So sometime, let's see, one more button is there. Right. Let's see, one more button is there, that back button. One is next button and one is back button. So what will happen? For back button also same background will be there, because back button cannot be in red color or some other color, because it doesn't look good on the web page and it's a Yahoo site, and obviously that one button is in blue color and one button is some green color or red button. Let's see, one more button is there having the same white text and blue background. The same class will be used. And if you're using the same class, in that case it will be a problem, that if you're using driver.find element class name is equal to, let's see, phone number, then Selenium will be confused that, okay, now 2 elements are available having the same class name. So class name is not unique. It can be duplicate for different elements. It can be the same for different elements. It's not unique. It's not dynamic. I mean, it's not unique. So it's not constant. But ID is always unique. If you have one ID for the specific element, ID login username, the same ID cannot be, according to W3C standard, the same ID cannot be given to some other element. Okay, so ID is always unique. So ID is a unique element. It is a unique locator. Okay, same case with name also is a unique locator. Right, but ID class name is not unique locator because class name can be duplicate. Class name can be can be same for different elements. I have 5 text fields. I can have same class name. Okay, so class name is always like not recommended to use. So one more locator is there, guys. Tag name. Tag name I'll tell you later. So there are 8 locators in by class. So if you see after by dot, press control space, you will see, and it's an interview question. How many locators are available? You have to say 8 locators. We have class name, Css Selector, ID, link text, name, partial link text, tag name, and Xpath. These are the 8 locators. Okay, you should remember these 8 locators on your fingertips. Okay, people can ask, definitely people will ask at a time of interview, what are the different 8 locators are available. So these are the 8 locators are available, right? And so you can use, and tag name sorry, not tag name, yeah, tag name we will cover later with a different example, because tag name is not related to directly over here. We will see how exactly we can use tag name later. But anyways, so these are the important 7 locators are available. Now what is the preference? The first preference will be given to ID always. The first preference will be given to ID. Name is also a unique locator, so you can give the preference to this guy as well, right? Xpath is always used. I would say that's my favorite locator. Xpath and Css Selector. I would say second preference will be given to Css Selector or Xpath. So for some complex, some complex elements where ID is dynamic or ID is not available, in that case we have to create Xpath. Same thing for Css Selector as well. Okay, let's see, ID is also not available and name is also not available. In that case we have to use Xpath. So how to do that, I'll tell you later. So link text is only for links, so I would say this is only for links. So I would say this is the 4th preference. This is the 5th preference because it's very dangerous. And again I would say class name is also my 4th preference because if class name is not unique. So this is the preference. You have to tell that which one, what first they will ask you what are different locators are available in Selenium. So these are the locators. And what is your preference? What do you prefer? So I always prefer ID because ID is unique. If ID is not there, then I would prefer name because name is also unique. If name is also not there, in that case I'll create my own Xpath, my customized Xpath. That's my second preference. And CSS selector also we can use. And then they will ask you for links, what do you prefer? For links, if ID is available, definitely I'll use ID. If ID is not available, then in that case I'll be using link text. I don't prefer partial link text because it can create duplicate elements. And the class name is also I won't prefer because class name I would I put it on 4th preference because class name it can be duplicate. Okay, it can be duplicate for multiple elements, so it will create duplicate elements. So in that case also I won't prefer that. Okay, tag name I'll tell you later. So these are the different locators are available in Selenium, guys. Any confusion?